Hey guys, my name is Cameron Page. I'm the CEO and founder of Clearstory. And in this video, I'm going to give you guys a step-by-step product tour of our software so you can get a feel for the different tools we have that work together to help your company and the general contractors you work for reduce change order risk on your projects. Before I jump into the demo, I'm going to walk you through 3 quick slides that give you an overview of how our software works and how it works within your tech stack and within your processes today. If this is something you guys want to check out, schedule a demo with our team, and I'll jump into it. All right, so like I said, I'm going to walk you guys through a couple quick slides to talk about our philosophy on how our tool works together to help you reduce change order risk on all your projects, which not only helps you reduce risk as a company, but also helps the GCs and your clients reduce risk and eliminate confusion that might happen around the change order process. So our simple belief as a company is when project teams can capture and close change orders faster, everybody wins. So what we're trying to do is prevent the scenario where you're forecasting a job, change orders accumulate, you think you're going to get a certain amount approved, and then at the end, you either have to negotiate down or the GC doesn't have something, and you wind up in a situation where you forecast. But beyond that, we're also trying to help you guys surface costs faster, review and resolve them faster, so ultimately you can get paid faster. And again, our set of tools, as you'll see, work together to help you guys accomplish that. So why is that so hard? We call it the change order gap. And this is the gap in the industry that we've identified that prevent project teams from doing this. As a former general contractor myself, we don't want the scenario we described. We don't want change orders to stack up on a project and have to negotiate down at the end. It makes us look bad in front of our client, and it strains our relationships with our trade partners. So when our trade partners can be organized in this process and help us see things faster, it makes our life a lot easier. And again, the reason why that's challenging for both of us is the change order gap. We all have our own system of record. Your GC might be using Procore or CMIC or Sage, and you internally might have accounting software or project financial software. But ultimately, the most common document to align on what changes are outstanding is the change order log. And traditionally, that's a PDF document that gets emailed back and forth, and it's inherently out of date. But on top of that, change orders get emailed, review correspondence happens in email threads. And of course, if it's field-directed extra work done on a time and material ticket, it's primarily still done on triplicate carbon copy paper. So again, our tool set allows you to streamline what happens in the change order gap and ensure that you share it with your general contractor in a super organized format. And we give you a tool set to help you speed up the processing time so you can get things to them almost instantly. So what's the impact of this change order gap? Obviously, it's wasted employee time. Doing triplicate carbon copy T&M tickets, having to manually update a change order log, having to resend change order requests that your GC might have missed, and then having to hunt down statuses and approvals and both internally and upstream wastes a lot of time. And your revenue is at risk, right? It's at risk from poor documentation on T&M tickets. It's at risk from review correspondence. It's at risk from change orders accumulating. And so again, what we're trying to do is help you reduce that risk. When it comes to cash flow, depending on what volume of change you do as a company, whether it's 5%, which is what we see on the low end, all the way up to 40% of companies, specialty contractors' revenue, can be made up in change orders. And it can be a huge strain on cash flow. And what you don't want to do is be financing the job, waiting on change orders to get approved, because maybe you've already paid your team. So again, the one thing that you're truly in control of is your own processing speed of once the work is performed, getting that document to your general contractor. If it's an estimated change order request, it's the same concept. The first one to submit their change order request is the first one to get it approved. So we help give you guys a tool set to do that. But second is the review process. If things sit in the review process because you're not organized presenting it to your general contractor, it just delays your own approval time and your ability to bill for that extra work. So we help dramatically there. And then again, it's hard to pinpoint projects across an entire company that are going into a change order risk territory. And so with our, because everything is cloud-based, because we become your change order log, we can give you visibility across your entire company and show you projects that have change orders aging the longest. And ideally, ultimately, what we're trying to do is reduce the strain this can cause with your general contractor. Change orders can be a painful part of the business, but it's often only painful because of the process, because they're surprised at the end of the job, because they can't read your T&M ticket, because it's slow to get them an updated change order log. And again, so we give you a set of tools to help relieve those strains. So how does it work? So let me walk you guys through a quick step-by-step workflow, and then I promise I'll jump into the software and show you guys the software. So the first thing to understand is that getting started with Clearstory, you can be started within 30 minutes of this phone call or of watching this video. All you're going to do is not change a single thing in your current process. But instead of emailing change order requests to your general contractor, you're going to upload and send them through Clearstory. By doing that, we automatically generate a shareable cloud-based change order request log. This log updates with every time you send a change order request, which eliminates the Excel, which eliminates exporting it from your system of record, and gives you clear visibility across all your projects. What's so powerful is whenever your GC asks for an updated change order log, or if you want to be proactive and send them one, don't send them a PDF. You can export a PDF out of our system. We do let you do that. But the most powerful way of keeping your GC up to date going forward is to send them a shareable link of your change order log. Whenever they click on that link, it'll show them a live view of every change order request you sent on the project with all the structured data and a link to view every single PDF file related to each change order request. So your general contractor no longer has an excuse to not have all your information. So there's no more back and forth. There's no more, oh, I missed this change order in email. Can you resend it to me? Oh, before I review your change orders, can you send me a change order log? Again, I used to be a general contractor. I know how this works and how challenging it can be on our end. This is an incredible tool to help your GC reduce their own risk and not have surprises. What's so powerful now that you have alignment with your general contractor and you're confident they're up to date and have everything, you can use what's outstanding in our shareable change order log to compare what you're forecasting internally. On top of that, we offer a bunch of analytics and reporting to show you across your whole company where you stand with change, which can really be powerful when it comes to doing reporting, work in place, forecasting, but also just getting general health of your business. How long is your revenue aging that you can't bill for? And so you get all of that powerful tool set and you don't have to change anything you're doing today. But on top of that, we offer a bunch of tools and workflows to further streamline the process. So the first one is our mobile app for T&M tickets. We designed it to be incredibly easy to use. And we work with specialty contractors in every single trade vertical. Your foreman can use our mobile app to create T&M tickets by filling out labor, material, equipment. You can import your rates into our system, so everything is done from a pick list. But the most powerful thing is your foreman can take photos of their work. So before and after photos, progress photos, trade damage photos, paint touch-up photos, or if you're working overtime, simply take a photo of the crew. What's so powerful, though, is that you can send the T&M ticket to your general contractor remote via email, just like DocuSign. They get an email with a link to view and sign the ticket, and they can sign it from their email. Or if they're a Clearstory customer, they can log into their Clearstory account and sign it directly from inside their account. We also offer signature directly on the device. But what's nice is that once the ticket is signed, it's automatically logged for both parties, so there's never any surprises. If you did import your approved labor rates into our system, the most powerful thing about Clearstory is when it comes to field-directed extra work, T&M tickets, T&M slips, extra work authorizations, if you use your approved rates to fill out the T&M ticket, we can instantly price the change order request back in the home office. So if you're doing ongoing T&M work for 5 days, you can bulk select 5 T&M tickets, click one single button, and it'll create a fully priced out change order request. And we will attach all the backup documentation with all the photos and create one single PDF package perfectly formatted for your general contractor. So within minutes of T&M work being completed out on site, You can have the pricing in front of the project manager, which adds, as a former project manager, adds a ton of value for us because we can instantly see our risk on projects. So you're doing your customer a huge service by getting them this pricing as fast as possible. And beyond that, we do offer change order templates. So if you want to leverage our templates, you can. Or if you have a estimating workbook where you guys create, estimated change order requests internally and you don't want to switch off that, that's fine. A lot of specialty contractors use us just for pricing T&M work. And then they upload their own estimated change order requests that maybe they've created outside of our system. But just know that we also offer templates that you can check out and leverage as well. But again, the system is designed to be flexible. So you can use these tools in a number of ways together to enhance your process. And with that, I'm going to jump into the demo and I'll show you each of these tools I just walked you guys through. All right, so let me give you a quick walkthrough of the different features you can leverage in Clearstory as a specialty contractor. The first thing I'm going to walk you through is our cloud-based change order log, where you can use this to stay up to date internally on what change order requests have been sent to your general contractors, what are outstanding, and then what is really the status on each change order request. I'll show you our T&M tag log, which is basically a list of every field ticket that's either a draft, a waiting signature, or signed by your general contractor. I'll show you change notifications quickly, and then I'll show you some of the analytics and some of the setup and how you can set up your rates and things like that in our system. So the first thing I'll jump into is the change order request log. So this is a log of every, I'm going to close this. This is a log of every change order request that you've sent to a general contractor in our system. In order to get a change order onto this log, all you have to do is click upload a change order request. And you're going to fill out this simple form where you select the project you want to send it to, we automatically populate the next available change order request number. You type in a title, you type in the cost. If it came from a T&M ticket, you enter the number. If they gave you a PCO tracking number, you type that in, and then you simply drag and drop the files. If you want to include a link to your change order log, you can do that as well. If you want to add a label, you can do that. And if you want to include a message to the general contractor. But once you've got this form filled out, which takes all of 5 seconds, the emails automatically populate. You click send, and this goes to your general contractor. You're copied on the email, so you know they got it. But what's so powerful is the second that it's sent out, it's automatically logged in our shareable change order request log. So if I come in here, I can see every change order request that's been sent out by simply uploading. And I can come in here and filter by an individual project. So if I wanted to see 100 Howard Street's change order log, I would simply filter for 100 Howard Street, and it would show me that project's COR log with a contract summary in the top, a status summary, and then details about the project's out of contract work. What's really powerful is if I want to send this to my general contractor, I can send it to them in a PDF format. I can export it to Excel. But what's the most powerful is I can actually create a shareable link and send them this shareable link, which will stay updated for the entire project. So every time they ask me for a new change order log, I simply send them this link and they can view every line item. They can download the file you send, and they always have all your information at your fingertips. It also saves you the back and forth from having to resend them things. So they're never going to say they didn't get something or they didn't have it. What's so cool about sending things through our software is the second you send it, it's automatically logged, but we also start tracking things like days in review, days aging, what stage it's in, if a change order has been issued against it, responsible party. You can label things like whether or not it's been paid. You can also use it to structure things like if you want to track overtime or trade damage or paint touch up or whatever the standard types of changes you have, you can track that as well. And what's cool is you can see a paper trail of each change order request that you send. So this is our change order review page. Some of your general contractors might use our software and they can collaborate with you around the approval process. So if they have questions on your change order request, they can log in here and ask you questions. So again, there's no excuse for them not to give you feedback and not to turn around change orders as fast as possible. If a GC does send you comments back, you can quickly come in here and submit a revision to the change order request. And we track all the versions that you've sent on the project. So you can always jump back in time. Now, what I showed you initially was uploading a change order request. What you can also do if you choose to use our templates is you can create a change order request. What's so powerful about this is you can store all your pre-approved labor, material, equipment rates in our software, and you can automatically price with a dropdown. So if I wanted to add labor, I would simply come in here and select the labor I want to use. I can quickly type in the amount of hours, and it'll automatically calculate the rate and the total for labor. Down at the bottom, I can also type in the standard markup rates that I have on this project and store them for that job, and it automatically calculates things. If I give it a quick title, I'll just say this is overtime quote, and I can use rich text. I can also use voice to text. But if this is good to go, all I have to do is click preview and send. I can attach backup documents like receipts, drawings, invoices. But if it's good to go, I can instantly, without having to download it out of this software, create the PDF. And when I click submit, this PDF will be emailed out to my general contractor and automatically added to my change order log. What's really powerful, which I'll show you in just a moment, is if you're using our mobile app for T&M tickets, we can automatically price those tickets and convert them into a change order request using the same form. So let me jump over to that and I'll show you guys just what our T&M log looks like. So again, many contractors still use carbon copy, or you might use a fillable PDF form, or maybe an internal software system. What's so powerful about Clearstory is that whenever you create a T&M ticket, it can be sent to your customer through our software. They can log into their account and see what you've sent them, so they're always on the same page, and there's never any surprises. So again, same concept. What I'm looking at here is a real-time log of every T&M ticket that I've sent across all my projects. At the top here is a labor hour summary, which is currently, this is every active project in my company, all the outstanding labor hours in my account. On the right is a log overview of T&M ticket by status. So right now I have 338 that are signed, 50 that are waiting signature, a few that are revised and resubmit and rejected, and then a few that are still in the draft status. Now, each T&M ticket, what's so powerful is you can tell whether or not it's pending a change order request. So this one down here, I can simply click this wrench icon. And what it's going to do is it's going to take all the data from that T&M ticket, and it's going to automatically price it in that same change order request template I showed you earlier. It's going to pull in the labor. If I had material on it, if I had equipment on it, it's going to automatically populate here along with all the markups. And it's going to attach my T&M ticket as a backup doc. So all I need to do is click preview and send. And it's going to generate a PDF package that I can send to my customer. So this is the change order request cover sheet. This is the T&M ticket that was digitally signed out on the job site. And when I click submit, this gets fired off to my general contractor. They get an email with a link to view the change order request. It gets automatically updated in my change order log. If you're using our shareable link change order log, that gets automatically updated, and both you and your GC are on the same page. So now I can come back in here and see this overtime work on Saturday change order is automatically logged. The next thing that's really powerful, by sending out all your change order requests through Clearstory, we can give you some really cool reporting. So we can give you a dashboard with an overview on status of each project. Then we can also show you this days aging report. This report is so powerful because instead of having to ask each project manager for an updated change order log, you can see across all your projects how long change order requests have been outstanding. And this is a great way to identify risk on your projects and which ones you might need to check in on. In my demo account here, I obviously have a lot that are over 120 days that I would want to have some conversations with my PMs, and I would be concerned that we wouldn't be going to get paid for those change order requests. Two more things I'll show you quickly, and I would encourage you guys to schedule our team. We'd be happy to walk you through our mobile app, how to create a T&M ticket, and a whole bunch more. But what I'll show you quickly is within our system, you can store all of your labor, material, and equipment rates. By clicking into one of these, I can see a specific rate group. And what's so powerful about this is I can apply each of these rate groups to projects as they come up. I can also assign rate groups automatically to certain offices or certain regions based on where they're working. So you never have confusion around which rate group should I be using for which project. Same for change order rates, markup rates, same for terms and conditions. Managing users all can be done within this same location. And then last is we offer a bunch of integrations. So we integrate with PlanGrid, with Procore, with Sage 100, and we have quite a few more integrations in the works. So if you guys think this might add value to your workflow and automate some things for you, please reach out to us.